Welcome to a great presentation tonight and of 55 years of educating wonderful students in the Finger Lakes region, from the main streets of the storefront pioneers in downtown Canandaigua to the great 250-acre location that you can see in the picture right now, to the wonderful, wonderful campus centers we have in Geneva, Victor, and Newark, and our conservation center down near down at south end of Honeoye Lake, and our VIT Center also in Geneva. Really happy to be here tonight. 55 years so far of providing such wonderful education to our community. First off, for those, if you're new, our mission is to serve as a dynamic learning resource to empower our students to succeed and fuel the cultural and economic vitality of our region. And our mission to build innovative programs, draw on partnerships in our community, and intentionally engage our students to help them learn, grow, and succeed, not only here, but in life. And we have 4 wonderful values that have been established that drive not only our learning framework, but also just the way we think here at FLCC. Their vitality, inquiry, perseverance, and interconnectedness, and each one of those are important for our students and our campus, our faculty, our employees to do the great things we do here. Vitality, helping our students be a wonderful, learn and grow, and become important graduates that go out in our community to do great things. Inquiry is natural. That's what we do. That's what we are. We're an educational institution. Perseverance, for our students, helping them succeed while they're here despite all the challenges that they have, some that I'll talk about in a little bit. And finally, interconnectedness. Learning is interconnected to life and is so important in what we do in helping our students put things together in different ways to be able to do great things. Interconnectedness is really important for our college as well, for all of us. The more interconnected we are, the better off we are in helping our students succeed. So most of what we're going to talk about tonight is going to be linked to our new strategic plan. We have a wonderful new strategic plan, and it's based on student success, opportunity, innovation, and community and industry engagement. And I think you'll see that interconnected throughout this presentation tonight. And so the first thing I wanted to talk about is we are having a great spring. Our enrollment is up just about 7% for the spring semester. And as you can see down below, we've had one of the best enrollments in terms of volatility that all of our community colleges have experienced throughout the pandemic. We have had the 3rd best enrollment of all the community colleges in the state over the past 5 years, despite all the challenges of the pandemic. And even though that might be moving into the past, it's really true that it was a challenging time. But through all the great work of all of our faculty and staff and our students persevering, we maintained an excellent enrollment during that time frame. So who are our students? Well, first off, as you can see on the screen, they come from a geographically diverse area. 7 of the different counties that are out here are the majority of where our students come from, but we have them from all over the United States and throughout the world. And I'll talk about a few of those in a little bit. Our students work hard. 42% are working more than 30 hours a week. That means that school is something that's important to them, but they have all sorts of other things going on in their life. And it makes it difficult for them to be able to do what they need to do to succeed. But we have so many great people here who care about our students and help them try to get through all the challenges that they have while they're here. And as you can see down below, based on a recent survey trying to find out where our students go each year, from about 1/3 of our students that we have that we get surveyed from, 99 are different employers and 61 different colleges. They're going off and they're doing great things. And we'll talk about that in a little bit. So what do they look like? Well, in the spring semester, we have 5,470 students enrolled. You can see the breakdowns in terms of part-time, full-time, and how many are first-generation students. But I wanted to highlight a few things. We're very proud that we've taken our students of color and our minority represented students and gone from 18 to 24% of our population over the past 5 to 6 years. And second, when you see the number that are identifying as having a learning disability, that's also increased from about 8 to 12%. And that means we're serving more students that have needs that we need to help support. And that's important because it's who we are and what we do. And you can see that 50% of our students are economically disadvantaged. They're Pell Grant eligible to receive federal funding. And so they have challenges, but that's why we're here. We are a community college that is here to help transform lives. And I wanted to say of those 5,470 that are enrolled right here, 3,157 of those students are your traditional students. So when you see the figures here on this screen right now, those are our 3,157 traditional students who are here at the college. We also have about 2,400 students that are high school students, and we're going to talk about them in just a couple of minutes. For those that are alumni and those that are contribute to your college, we want to say thank you for what you do. The generosity of what you provide for our students is exceptional. You can see the amount that goes to scholarships and student aid right there. Your contributions are one of the primary factors that help our students succeed when they need immediate financial support for all the different things that interfere in their lives, whether it's from their jobs, their families, or their truck breaks down, or they have challenges, or they lose their housing. This funding helps our students to be able to continue at our college. And I'll tell you how much it works. Over the past year, 63% of our students who received emergency aid were able to continue on and complete the semester. And of those, 78% of the students that received emergency support from our college continued on to the following semester. That's huge, and it makes such a huge difference. For those that are alumni and those that give to our college, thank you. Your donations and your support makes a huge difference for our students and helps us do what we do, which is to transform lives. So we talked about enrollment for a little bit. Our staff that does enrollment is doing a phenomenal job, but it's only half of our actual enrollment activities. The other half is retention, and we're doing great work here as well. As you can see in the screen, right now, we're about where we need to be in terms of the band of excellence. We had a challenge during COVID. We enrolled more students than most other colleges, but we had challenges keeping them because it was such a great challenge to educate our students online and fully remote during the pandemic. And so our retention rate of students dropped slightly, but that increase, 1 year increase over last year to this year, is the highest increase we've had in any time in the near past in terms of going from 1 year to the next and making a difference. And you can see where we stand in terms of the highest performance and lowest performance. It's not bad, but we want to do better. And our faculty and staff are doing so many things to be able to help our students succeed. One of them was the emergency support that we just talked about. One is the wonderful teaching that our faculty do for our students in the classroom. One is the staff that's here to help them succeed, and we have programs that we're working on to help them to succeed even more. And it's working. I can give you one great example. During this spring semester, we have 162 more continuing students than we had last spring at the same time frame. And that's above and beyond what you see on the screen right now. So I want to thank the faculty and staff for the great work that they're doing to help our students succeed. I wanted to give you a little snapshot of the programs that are our largest enrollments. We have over 50 programs total at the college. And the ones you see up on the screens are the ones that we are having the most students enroll in, which looks to be about where it should be. And then also, I'd like you to look at, there's a lot of STEM programs that are on this chart. And that includes nursing as well, because of all the science that's there, that we are making an effort to make sure we're supporting the STEM push that we need to help make our region and our state strong and vital. I also wanted to show our short-term programs that we do for workforce development to help students get onto a pathway and a career during a short time if they want to get started sooner and faster. And we are focusing primarily on advanced manufacturing and healthcare programs right now. We have a wonderful certified nursing assistant program, for instance. We have a virtual advanced manufacturing program, and we're starting up a virtual welding program in the future to be able to provide the type of careers where students can get on track quick, get a great job, get a self-sustaining wage and a family-sustaining wage to help them do great things in life and help support our community. Very proud of the 859 people that took part in our short-term programs to help them either learn, grow, or get a new career that is above and beyond our credentialed 1- and 2-year programs. And we took over $2 million in grants to help support this training, to be able to do this, and it helps make a difference. All of our students are students here at FLCC. I mentioned we had over 5,400 students, and about more than 2,000 of those students are high school students. We call them Gemini students, and it's because they have a concurrent enrollment. We have a great program here at FLCC that goes above and beyond what most of the other community colleges do in this state. And that is to make college for our high school students and be taught in the high school college classes for a very low cost. That cost is $5 per credit. That is huge, and it is something that we do and we're proud of, to be able to help students in our community, in our county, and our surrounding counties to be able to take college classes at such a low cost to be able to help them move forward in life. And it's so important that we do this way, that we provide that cost of $5 a credit. When we started that in 2014, it almost doubled the amount of students that we have in the concurrent program or Gemini program offering college courses. They are excellent courses. We have students that have been able to take and transfer all of their courses, not just to their SUNY step 4-year schools, but also schools like Ohio State and the College of Charleston. And you can see down there P-Tech High School for college degrees. P-Tech is Pathway Technologies for Early College High School, and it's a program to allow students in high school to complete a 2-year degree simultaneously while they're in high school. And we have 2 or 3 programs that we work in that area. There are all very strong workforce programs where when the students get done, they go off and they get great jobs, for instance, in advanced manufacturing. And I'll talk briefly about that in a second too. And also, I wanted to highlight that to continue our connection to the high schools in our region, we recently received a $1 million grant from the Department of Agriculture for distance learning and telemedicine program to provide health and mental health programs to high schools in very rural areas, because we all know that we're kind of a rural community college, and that transportation is one of the biggest issues that we face. And by taking these monies and getting out into the high schools that are in the very rural areas of our region, we can help put FLCC into more places where more students can receive the goodness of FLCC. I'm very proud of that. It just started. We're just getting ready to sometime this late spring or summer to put the technology in these rural high schools to be able to provide these opportunities next fall. So when we talk about students, these are 3 students that took advantage of our high school programs, and they all 3 completed their degrees, their 2-year degrees, before they actually completed their high school degree. Here at Leicester, the top one was through the P-Tech program that we just talked about, Smart Systems Technology, and has a great job while he's continuing his schooling in a great company. Ava Rodriguez took all of her classes at FLCC in an early college scholar program. And what that is that allows students to actually, not in the high school, but immerse themselves in actual college, our actual FLCC classes to be able to get their degrees. And she started at age 14. And Lily Hall taking a mix of early college scholar programs and then the Gemini credits at her high school. So it's a combination of all 3. We're really proud of that, and it makes a huge difference for our communities and our students. We're also proud of the innovation of the different things that we do. On the screen here, you have a picture of Loda Lopez. She's from Colombia, and she is also on the soccer team at FLCC. She decided and found FLCC, and she decided her decision to come here was based on her desire to be able to compete in the graphic arts program, where our graphic arts students compete each year for the label that goes on our viticulture wine bottles each year. Each year, our viticulture students have a different label based on their desire of what the label should look like, and the graphic arts students compete for that program. And so we're really proud that Loda found our program, came to FLCC, and this is her winning graphics for this year that will go on this year's wine bottles. And speaking of wine, I'd like to also do a shout out to our viticulture program, because every single one of their vintages that they put into the New York State Governor's Cup competition this year, six vintages, all won awards at the Governor's Cup. Our student-made wines by our students wins as many awards annually as any of our local wineries do in this region. It is a wonderful program that's interconnected. And talk about graphic arts, when you go to CMAC this summer, if you see the t-shirts or the advertisements, they're going to, one of the students from our graphic arts program will have made that design in our partnership with CMAC for our students to make the designs that support CMAC musical operations. It's pretty cool. I also wanted to give you a quick highlight. Last year, we did an economic impact study in partnership with Ontario County to be able to see what is the value that FLCC provides to our regional economy. And you can see it up there that we provide almost $2 million of value to our region and to our economy here. And just what the value is our students get for every dollar they invest in their education, and what the taxpayers get out of their investment in our community college. And it makes a huge difference. And one of those that's important in terms of our economic vitality in our community, in terms of economic impact, is our new nursing program that we have a new facility, thanks to the wonderful, generous contributions from the Sands family, where we now have a state-of-the-art 21st century healthcare facility to train our nursing students and other healthcare students. And it is the envy of many in this region to help our students actually be in a real-world, high-tech teaching facility that looks exactly like it does in our hospitals today. And we're very proud of the pass rate of the certification program for credentialing for our nursing students when they complete their program. That 95% average for the pass rate for our nursing students is well above the state average for that credentialing. If you want to talk about interconnectedness, I mentioned alumni earlier. We are so proud and thankful for the over 30,000 alumni that are part of FLCC. And you can see on the screen three great graduates, a CEO, an NFL officiating official, and a NASA contractor that all got their start here at FLCC. We are making such a huge difference, and so many people that come here are going off and doing great things in life. And so we're so proud of our alumni and the great things that we're doing. And I'm going to give a shout out to you here. If you're an alumni or someone who's out there, that if you know someone who did great things, who deserves to be recognized, we're looking for nominations now for next year's honorees that we will honor as distinguished graduates of FLCC. So thank you for all the alumni that are out there and what you do for our college. And we look forward to some great nominations. I wanted to talk briefly about our college's master plan. We are partnering with Ontario County, our sponsor, and have been looking at a new master facilities plan for our campus. And it's about 2/3 of the way done. We're in the process of receiving feedback from all of our constituents in the college right now. And then later on, it'll go to the Board of Trustees and the county supervisors for approval. It's been a real detailed effort that started last summer. And I'm very proud to say that within that plan that's been provided to us, it has up to $243 million of capital facility improvements that we can do over the next 20 years. Now, I'm not saying that all of that will get completed, but we're hoping in the next 5 years or so that some of the things that rise up to the top that are really important for our college that we'll be able to complete. And I'd like to mention a couple of them very briefly. One of them is for some of the alumni that are out there, we've been trying to build a new greenhouse for about 20 years now. And I can say partly because of this new master facilities plan We believe we're going to get there, and we're going to be able to develop a new greenhouse, an educational complex that supports the agricultural business and activities in our region far better than we are doing right now in the future. And to be able to have such a state-of-the-art facility will be a wonderful addition. And then second, we're also hopeful that what rises top and what's been out there in discussion, for instance, is bringing our library into the 21st century so we can provide the best services for our students and the most accommodable service for our students to come use our library and learn and grow. So we'll keep you up to date on that master plan, and we're looking forward to some great things coming down in the future. So speaking about the strategic initiatives of our plan, just to give you a recap of some things, I'm going to mention some things that are part of what we're trying to do to meet the goals of our strategic plan. As you can see, there's student success, opportunity and innovation, and community and industry engagement. And I'll highlight that $1.2 million invested in student retention efforts. That started this past year, where we were able to, with the support of the Board of Trustees, find $500,000 to invest in more advisors and mentors to help our students. Because we know one of the most important things that we can do is help our students have connection points for them to succeed. We know that the two biggest things that help our students succeed are getting them support immediately, like the emergency financial support I just mentioned previously, and also connections to them so they know they have help to be able to get through everything they need to do to succeed while they're here at FLCC. We also have received $650,000 from the state of New York to be able to provide another student mentoring and advising program to help our students succeed. And I think it's really starting to work. That $500,000, I think, is indicative from that we started last year of the additional 162 students who are continuing this spring versus last year. For opportunity and innovation, I am truly excited about the strategic grant plans we have. What that is, within our strategic plan, is the Board of Trustees has authorized up to $1.5 million over the next 5 years for ideas and innovative activities to bubble up that make a difference for our student and our college to help us maintain our vitality. And we're getting started in that process right now for the first time for this strategic plan. And we originally had 59 applications of ideas that recently were culled down to 29. Are now going to continue the competition for these awards. We have up to $400,000 that will be awarded this year for great ideas that help our college. And the next step will be that at 29 of these plans will have to go through another presentation process, and then they'll be winnowed down to the finals that the Board of Trustees will approve as the Board of Trustees Strategic Grant Plan Initiative. And we really look forward to what those final plans will be for this year. And we know they're going to make a great difference. We know that because I'll give you one example from the previous strategic plan of something that's made a difference in our community. And that's the Art Space 36 facility we have right down in downtown Canandaigua, one door down from where the original art department was from the Storefront Pioneers when our college started classes 55 years ago. And so we are really that facility, Art Space 36, provides opportunities for our students, for our faculty and staff, our community to be able to participate in our artistic activities and also other types of activities from our humanities department in terms of presentations to demonstrate and present some of the great things that go on in our college. We also are looking to expand virtual reality. I mentioned welding, and I have to say this again. That is such a cool thing when you can take a welding program and use funds, about $400,000 from State University of New York and the state of New York, to develop a welding program. If we were to do a real world welding program, face-to-face, hands-on, it would take a few $1 million to do so, and we would be fixed in one point. With virtual reality welding, it's portable. You can take it to different places. Second, it has immediate learning capability. when you're doing a particular weld, when you go off track and doing that weld, it immediately gives you feedback so you can get back on track and learn how to do the weld in the fastest way possible. In the old days, and in still current days, where you have to do a real world weld, you actually do the weld, you get done with it, you show the instructor the two pieces of metal, and guess what? If it's good, you're okay. If it's not, you get told, go back and do it again, and you start all over. Virtual reality is a way that we can expand our learning opportunities farther into our region, that we can do so in a portable manner, and that we can do so in far less expenses than we could if we had to put together a facility and have it place-bound. And in terms of community and industry engagement, I wanted to expand on the Mueller Field Station. We just received a historic investment from the Emil and Florence Mueller Foundation for $1.7 million that we can expand with SUNY Capital to $3.4 million to create a 24-hour overnight housing location so that we can provide the best research and learning organization and facility in the Northeast to be able to allow researchers to come and stay at the wonderful location we have that's down on the south end of Honeyway Lake, do research of high level, and then also to provide a community engagement learning center for everyone to learn about the wonderful aspects of our environment and conservation activities. It's a wonderful place, and if you haven't been there, I encourage you to get down there. We'll have an open house again in the near future, and it's a great place. We have so many community activities going on down there. So I mentioned a few of the things that are going on that support our strategic plan, and there are a few others I'd love to talk about. The Licensed Practical Nurse Program starts in the fall of 2024, and that helps us expand on the ability of expanding our healthcare programs. I mentioned the great work our nursing facility is doing. We have the ability to double the amount of nurses that we had in 2019, 2020 in the future. We also have the ability of providing this LPN program, which will also feed in to our nursing program. So you have a laddered approach for helping people train and move into the healthcare field, from certified nursing assistant to the LPN to the RN and beyond. We are doing investment to help our faculty support high quality on STEAM and STEM programming, which is really important. We have record enrollments in a number of our programs that we continue, as I mentioned, to try to want to grow on. We're going to launch an online viticulture certificate program. We're doing exceptional face-to-face education in the viticulture and activity. But what's really important is, how do we get that beyond our region? There aren't very many programs out there where we could expand the ability to help people learn and grow in a viticulture type of program in a winery or in a vineyard, to be able to help people learn and grow and become part of an industry from the Midwest all the way up and down the East Coast. There are wineries from Tampa, Florida to Portland, Maine, and we should be able to help support those because we have such wonderful faculty and facilities and the experience in this region to do so. I wanted to highlight the new cloud computing certificates that we can provide to students. This is a program where in just a few months, our students can be, after they get the certifications for cloud computing, can be earning up to $100,000 more a year off a few months program. It's pretty cool. And also continue to grow our horticulture program. We are one of the leaders in terms of supporting the cannabis and hemp industry for those that want to go into that business, to be able to help them learn how to run a business and also how to grow, and also learn how to make the industry work for them. As part of our strategic plan, we mentioned community and industry engagement. Up on the screen, you have a list of our strategic partners that we're already working with, or working to grow our relationship with these partners, and many, many more to come, to help make us a premier college that people want to come to get a great education and to find great students to become part of their workforce. And what I would ask those of you that are on tonight, if you know of others that we should be connecting to, help us out. Let us know. we're ready to go out and talk to anybody to help their businesses to succeed and help our students succeed and to be able to be that vitality in our region. So we're getting close to the end of the presentation, and I just wanted to say up on the screen, you have the ability of taking a picture to be able to get connected to us. And please get connected with us. Go ahead and take that photo, and it has a request for you to ask, what can we do more, and anything you want to tell us to help us, and we want to do this again. It is you that are out there right now that inspire us to achieve our mission and values and our vision. And I ask you, let's stay connected. It's important. We really appreciate you being on tonight, and get connected to us if you're not, and help us out. We want to be with you, and we want to make a difference in our college and our community. So I mentioned earlier that there was a few people that asked questions, and I think of the 6 questions that were provided, I think we answered 2 of them tonight already. So I'll go to the other 4 and answer those questions for you to the best of my ability. And the first one, I'll read them to you. Today, 40% of the classes that we have are remote. What direction are you guiding the college regarding remote classes? In 5 to 10 years, would you like to see this number go up or down? And where do you see face-to-face classes in this equation? There's another part of the question I'll answer second. And I would answer that question by saying the main driver that will determine how we have our modalities and what the mix of our modalities are will be our students. I mentioned previously that our students are working, and many of them are working, 42% are working more than 30 hours a week. We need to meet our students where they want to meet us. Things have changed drastically after the pandemic, and students are looking and learning for different ways. So we need to meet the students where we are, and I believe that we should annually review our modality mix for classes, meaning high-flex classes, which is a combination of all 3, face-to-face, synchronous learning like we're doing right now, and asynchronous learning like online learning that is the traditional online learning. So we need to meet the students where they're at, but we still need to have face-to-face classes. And there's going to be a mix of students that want each. When I walk around, I talk to students, and they tell me, we need face-to-face classes, but we also like these other classes too. We need to meet the students where they want to be here. If they want face-to-face, we need to give them face-to-face. If they need the convenience of synchronous or asynchronous learning or high flex classes that combine all 3, that would be great. I would love to have more high flex classes where it combines all 3 in one. But we've got a ways to go to get there, to expand that, and we're working on it. And we have a great new provost, Dr. Laura Ortiz, and I know she's going to be working on that in the future to be able to do that. We just need to meet students where they are and help them succeed. And the second half of the class was, with so many students taking remote classes right now, how are the students getting a full FLCC experience? And I'm proud to say a few years back, that exact question was asked when we were remote, and then we knew that we had more remote students that were learning from this college at this college. And so that question was asked, how do we support those students? And we do it in a number of ways. I'm so proud of our student corporation that supports our students, because they took that task on wholeheartedly and said, we need to have programs and get connected to our students who are online and help treat them just like we would the students who are face-to-face, and make sure they can partake in these activities just like our face-to-face students have. And they did it so well. I'll give you an example. Our student corporation vice president, the vice president of our student government organization, is a online student from India. And Raj has been participating in our college for over a year now, and has been the student corporation president, has been so involved in everything that we've been doing here from an online perspective from India, with the difference in the hours in the time zones, and was a fully involved student. He had such a wonderful experience here. Raj was accepted to Columbia University in New York City, and he could have started this spring. but he asked, basically he told Columbia University that he was going to wait and he wanted to finish his semester here at FLCC before going on to Columbia University. That's the type of effort that we're doing. We're trying to make sure we have tutoring and services for our students any time of the day, not just tutoring, but healthcare, mental health care, 24 hours during the day for our students to help them so we have the same level of services or the best of our ability to our online students as we do others. But I'll still go back to, we need to meet our students where they want to meet us. So for the person that asked that question, I hope that answered your question well enough. And I'll go on to the second one. And the second one is, what is the financial aid policy going to look like for the next year due to the new FAFSA form, which is the financial aid form? And that's a good question. We don't know all the answers yet, and it keeps changing a little bit over time. But I'm really glad that we have flexible and adaptable leaders that are working in financial aid in our enrollments office to help us out. What we have to do is continue to adapt to what the federal government is asking for us to do. But there's some good things that will come out of this. First off, anytime a large organization, and like the federal government, when they come out with a new program, it's going to have glitches, and there are glitches here. But that's okay. What's good that's going to come out of it is potentially students are going to get more financial aid than they did in the past. And then second, it's going to be more responsive for them. And third, the financial aid form is supposed to be more simple to fill out so that more students can be able to partake in the financial aid that's available to them. And then I'd like to say that I'm really excited and thankful that the governor of New York has asked in her budget for the coming year to require that all high school students fill out a FAFSA form or officially opt out if they do not wish to fill out a FAFSA form, so that we can help students in high school and earlier get the FAFSA form filled out. So if they're eligible for financial aid, they can partake in that financial aid. Because one of our challenges is that when the students get here, some of them come and they register fairly late in the process, which is normal for community colleges. We're an open access institution, but it puts them behind in getting financial aid. And that's why sometimes we need that emergency financial aid support that you generous contributors provide for our students when they're in need. And it's important that this get accomplished and that our students have to either opt out or fill out that FAFSA form, because according to the chancellor, I heard this the other day, there's $250 million that our students in SUNY alone are foregoing by not filling out a FAFSA form that were eligible for financial aid. So I hope that answered your question. The next question is, we enjoy the Dinner at Julia program. Will this be continuing in 2024? And for those that don't know what the Julia program is, the Julia program is Dinner at Julia, and our wonderful culinary program in the fall on Friday evenings has our students provide a 5-course meal for our folks to enjoy. It's a wonderful 5-course meal that our students prepare, and then our viticulture program provides the wine for anybody that wants to buy a bottle of wine to be able to enjoy the evening. And right now, yes, last time I had a discussion with the culinary instructors. It's still on for 2024, and if you decide to go, hopefully I'll see you there, because I try to get to as many of the dinners each Friday night that I can. And for those of you who don't know, here's a secret. Get ready. The last dinner in the fall each year, in the first week of December, so the first Friday in December, is a 10-course Italian meal. At least it has been in the past. It is an exceptional meal, and it's an exceptional experience. So yes, right now we do intend to continue the Dinner at Julia program, and looking forward to seeing you there for the person that asked the question. And now for the last question. And that question is, what is the college doing to encourage diversity? And when considering diversity, is the diversity of age, people of 55 and older, of employees and students a consideration? So I'll start with the first one. And this college absolutely encourages diversity and has a wonderful diversity, equity, and inclusion program for the college for everyone to participate in. We have an exceptional Chief Diversity Officer, Dr. Sim Covington, who, along with participation and coordination and partnership with our student organizations, runs a number of different programs during the school year to help us learn about diversity and the different challenges that we have out there. And we also have a number of faculty. We have, for instance, Professor Bob Brown that provides diversity programs also throughout the year that are wonderful programs. And I encourage you, if you're interested in participating in them, if you go online to our website, you can find them there. There's some wonderful programs, or reach out to us, any of us, because we'll get you the information of any of the programs that are coming up. We have some wonderful programs coming up this fall. And then second, talking about diversity for those that are 55 and older, and if we support them, I would say absolutely. I'm one of them, but I will give you an answer about how well we do this and how well we support our folks. I'll give you an example of a graduate from last spring. We had a graduate from our substance abuse program, chemical dependency counseling program, that was 67 years old when she graduated from the program. She'd come from a very challenged life and decided to put her life together and decided she wanted to help others based on her challenges in life, and enrolled in our chemical dependency counseling program. And she needed lots of support, just like many of our students were. She hadn't been in school in a long time. A lot of things had changed since she'd last been in school. And she would tell you, she told me, that this college made such a huge difference and changed her life. And the number of people that helped her succeed while she was here changed her life. And she was so thankful for it. She kept coming back and telling us. She was one of the students that was mentioned at our graduation ceremony last year. And now she is a student continuing on to her 4-year degree at Keuka College, and she intends to continue on to her master's degree. That's the kind of work we do here to support all people of any age, because the one thing that we do here that is so important, I am so proud of one thing here at FLCC, and that is that we here truly believe in our mission. I am so impressed day after day since I've been here about how much our faculty and staff care about the mission of our college, taking care of our students, taking care of each other, and trying to achieve our mission. And when you boil it down, what we do here is one simple thing. We transform lives. And I'm so proud to be part of Finger Lakes Community College because, number one, community colleges proportionally do far more for society than any other 4-year school will ever do, because we have to do so and take in more students that are in need and have challenges that are disadvantaged than any 4-year school ever will. And we have to do it often with fewer resources than others do. But we are so proud to do that and make a difference. We transform lives. And we do so because we're so passionate about what we do. And we're so thankful for all of you. If you're a faculty member, a staff member, a trustee, a community member, a business partner, an alumni, or anybody else that I left out that was interested, that was here tonight, thank you for being here tonight. Once a Laker, always a Laker. We hope to do these again and get even more people involved to learn about what's going on at our college. And I'll just close with saying thank you to all of our faculty and staff and our trustees and our partners that support this college and our contributors, because you make such a huge difference. And it is an honor and a privilege to be part of such a wonderful college and a wonderful institution. So that's it. Hopefully you'll get in touch with us. Let us know how we did and how to stay in touch with you and how to get connected to others. And thank you. Have a wonderful night.